Hey everyone, welcome. Today, we're going to master some essential family vocabulary. If you're learning English, talking about your family is basically step one, right? It's how we connect, share our backgrounds, and, well, build relationships. So in this explainer, we're taking the absolute best info straight from English vocabulary in use and breaking it all down so you can talk about your own relatives with total confidence. Let's get into it.
Here's our agenda for today. 1. Meet the Sorokin family. 2. Parents and children. 3. The grandparents. 4. Uncles, aunts, and cousins. And finally, 5. Family expressions.
All right, starting off with section 1, meet the Sorokin family. So, this family tree right here, this is going to be our visual map for today's explainer. It's like a giant puzzle of relationships. You've got the oldest generation sitting at the top, the parents and their siblings in the middle, and the youngest generation down at the bottom. As an English learner, keeping a visual layout like this in your head is a total game changer for locking in the vocabulary. And hey, while we're using the Sorokin family names today, I want you to kind of imagine your own family map as we go along, okay? Moving right along to section 2, parents and children. You know, what's really interesting here is how much easier it is to learn these terms when we pair them up. Look right at the center of our tree. We've got Ivan and Anne. Ivan is Anne's husband, and Anne is Ivan's wife. Now, for our Arabic speakers tuning in, let's make this super relatable. Think of a couple you know well. Let's say Ahmed and Fatima. You'd say Ahmed is Fatima's husband, and Fatima is Ahmed's wife. Learning these words as a matching set, absolutely crucial. It just makes them pop into your head so much faster when you're actually having a conversation. Okay, quick heads up, because this next point is an error warning straight from our source material. Take a really close look at the spelling. Notice how the F in the singular word wife changes to a V in the plural word wives. So we say my wife or his wife for one person, but if we're talking about multiple people, it becomes their wives. English spelling can be notoriously tricky, and honestly, this F to V shift is a mistake I see all the time. So definitely lock that rule into your memory. Let's jump down a generation where we meet the kids and define the roles of parents, daughter, and son. Anne and Ivan are Karen and Jack's parents. That makes Karen their daughter and Jack their son. Oh, and a quick pronunciation tip. With daughter, that GH in the middle is completely silent. Just pretend it's not even there. To put this in perspective with some Arabic names, imagine parents named Tariq and Aisha. If they have a girl named Maryam and a boy named Omar, you'd simply say Maryam is their daughter and Omar is their son. Now, if we look at how the two kids relate to each other, well, they're brother and sister. Karen is Jack's sister, and Jack is Karen's brother. The formal word for them together is siblings, but honestly, in everyday chat, you're much more likely to just hear people say, "These are my brothers and sisters." Let's head up the tree for section 3, the grandparents. Right at the very top of our tree, we find Henry and Diana. They're basically the foundation of this whole family unit. Following the same pattern we just saw with the parents, Henry is the grandfather and Diana is the grandmother. Together, they are the grandparents. And here's a super helpful trick. Just remember that adding the prefix grand literally just means you're going one generation higher than the parents. Easy, right? And of course, when Henry and Diana look back down 2 generations, those kids become their granddaughter and grandson. Karen is their granddaughter and Jack is their grandson. So let's say your grandfather's name is Ibrahim. If you're a guy, you'd probably say, "I am Ibrahim's grandson." And if you're a girl, you'd say, "I am Ibrahim's granddaughter." All right, branching out now to section 4, uncles, aunts, and cousins. Looking outward at the extended family, we see George is Karen and Jack's uncle, while Amelia and Mina are their aunts. Now, for our Arabic speakers, I want you to pay really close attention here, because this is a massive difference between the two languages. In Arabic, you've got very specific, distinct words for your father's brother versus your mother's brother, right? But in English, it is vastly simplified. Any brother of either of your parents is simply your uncle, and any sister of either parent is just your aunt. It really makes things a whole lot easier. And if we reverse that relationship and look back up from the kids to those aunts and uncles, Karen and Jack are their niece and nephew. Because Karen's a girl, she's the niece. Since Jack's a boy, he's the nephew. To make it concrete, if your uncle Khalid has a brother and that brother has a son, well, that son is Khalid's nephew. Finally, the kids from both sides of the extended family share one common bond. They are cousins to each other. Kavita and Amal are Karen and Jack's cousins. Once again, English is keeping it super simple for you. Whether they're your aunt's kids, your uncle's kids, boys or girls, the word is exactly the same across the board. Cousin. Got more than one? They're your cousins. That's the whole shebang. Bringing it all together in our final section, Section 5, Family Expressions. Now, here is a fantastic question and answer combo you can use anytime you meet someone new and want to learn a bit about their background. The question is, have you got any brothers and sisters? Now, if you don't have any, the absolute best, most native sounding response is, no, I am an only child. Notice how you don't say, I have 0 brothers. You say, I am an only child. Seriously, it is a wonderful, natural sounding phrase to add right into your conversational toolkit. All right, now it is your turn to practice. I want you to think about your own relatives for a second. Ask yourself, do you come from a big family? You could answer, yes, I have 3 brothers and 2 sisters. Or maybe, no, it's just me and my mother. Thank you so much for exploring this with me today. So what's your next step? Take this vocabulary out into the real world. Try explaining your family tree in English to a friend today, and just watch how much your conversational world opens up. So I'll leave you with this one last time. Do you come from a big family?